What's going on, Clash Bashers? Rocky here today, and today we're back on the Town Hall 10 account, and we're going to be showing off some 3-star Town Hall 10 war strategies. Yesterday we did Town Hall 9 Lava Hound attacks, and a lot of people were like, Bash, what about Town Hall 10? Like, I'm a Town Hall 10, what do you got for me? I was like, huh, Town Hall 10 you say? I could do that. We got Town Hall 10 strategies. So what I did was I went through and I found 3 of my favorite attacks that our guys over here in Mad Ram are using. We got an attack from myself, of course, and it wouldn't be a video if I didn't have an attack of myself, right? But we're going to show off these strategies, talk about what's going on with them, why they're working, how they're working, all that kind of great stuff for Town Hall 10. And like I said, if you need Town Hall 9 air attacks, check out yesterday's video, which should be linked, you know, at least at the end of the video. So that's what we're going to be doing today. If you guys are pumped up for it, make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications. If you end up liking the video, or if it is helpful for you, slap a like on it. These are my favorite attacks that the guys in Mad Ram are using, and honestly, it's super effective, especially that Frozen Witch. Yeah, that's right, guys. We got a Frozen Witch to show off for you. So here it is, the Frozen Witch. Normally, I like to show off my attacks first because, well, I like showing off when I'm doing well, guys. It only makes sense, right? But we have Alchemist coming in here, and I thought this one was super impressive because he has 3140 heroes, so not even full up maxed out heroes, and he goes up against a pretty strong base in this one with the Frozen Witch attack. This attack is crazy. 17 witches, a couple healers, a couple wizards. I've seen some variants throw in a couple giants in there, but I kind of like what Alchemist is doing here. 7 freezes, that's the Frozen, and then 17 witches, that's the witch. A couple rages, and then I think bowlers or giants in the wrecker. Oh, I don't have that in my notes for some reason, but that's okay. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna come in, bring in some witches at the top of the base, get them healed up with those 2 healers, that way they can work down this whole side, and then just create a whole line of witches to wreck through the base. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Let me just show you what Alchemist is doing here. I'm still learning this attack. I'm not that familiar with it, so it's kind of cool seeing this and seeing it be really effective. We might actually have a collab coming up working on this strategy really soon, which will be really awesome. So he throws in like 6 witches up here, which I thought was a little bit heavy, but it actually works out pretty well for him. The wrecker goes in, the rest of the witches, just a nice line of witches throughout. You're gonna have the heroes coming in behind. You want to make sure that those witches kind of set the funnel and your heroes go up into the center of the base, of course. And you also want to have a nice line through the base, from my understanding. You want to make sure that Wrecker's going to open up some of the base for the witches to go through. So we see the king going in, the balloon and lava hound just going to work on the Wrecker. Giants in the Wrecker. I wasn't sure, like I said, my bad. That is my fault, not doing my research properly. But you'll just see here, these witches are going to work all throughout the base, working the edges, just almost like a Town Hall 9 witch slap. But it's just so powerful. 17 witches with all those Larrys being spawned over. I'm just going to stay zoomed out, that way we got to get a whole feel for it. And you just use those freezes to freeze any splash, freeze any problem areas. Mostly freeze the splash, that way the witches get through it. And you just wreck. This attack is absolutely ridiculous. You see here, he kind of blew through his freezes really fast, but he got all the splash damage down. You want to try to go in on his side where you're going to be able to get to that splash damage pretty fast. And again, try to open up as much of the base as possible with that wrecker. That way, you know, your witches can work through it. And you see, you got all those witches up top, got all those witches at the bottom, still got the witches in the core with the queen, giants still tanking. And it's just so effective. Like, I don't even understand, besides the fact that witches are OP. Let's be honest, guys, witches are super OP. I don't really understand it besides get in there, freeze some splash defenses, and let the witches do some work. It seems to work out well, right? Alchemist absolutely wrecking this base, getting through here. Tons of witches, tons of Larrys. I love how many Larrys are left towards the end of this one. And a lot of witches still up, honestly. I mean, did a great job on those freezes. You can kind of go back and kind of see where he used his freezes. It happened kind of fast, and I was running my mouth. I do that, but you want to freeze those splash damages, guys. That way, they're not going to take your witches out and freeze some, you know, high traffic areas. But Alchemist does a great job getting through there with a nice triple using that Frozen Witch attack. Alrighty, guys, this is an attack I've been working on quite a bit, which is Town Hall 10 Go Hobo, and honestly, I've been getting pretty good with it, getting pretty consistent with it, and I wanted to show this one off because, well, it went pretty smooth. We got 26 Hog Riders in here, 7 bowlers, we got Valkyries in the Clan Castle, for the wrecker. That way when the wrecker gets in there, the Valks are just going to do some damage. And this value on the kill squad on this one is absolutely insane. Let's go ahead and hop into it and show you guys exactly what it means. So I'm going to come in from the top side. Use that golem. You can use a few giants. I've used giants also, but I kind of like the golem to tank and just kind of set the funnel there on the edge. And that's all we're doing here, is just setting the funnel with those wizards, and the wrecker, the golem, just, you know, tanking so we can set the funnel with those few wizards. King and queen gonna come in, and then we'll have our 7 bowlers come right up in there with them. We see that wrecker gonna get kind of caught up on the walls in a weird way here. I'm gonna rage up those bowlers just to clear out those defenses and clear out all those buildings really fast. I freeze the Inferno, that way it doesn't take down my wrecker before the wrecker gets through that wall. Then we see the wrecker is going to go ahead and open up, and the Valkyries are going to come out and take out that enemy queen right here. So enemy queen goes down from the wreckered Valks. Tons of bowlers up, tons of hero damage as well. We see the hogs going to start coming in here from the left side. And honestly, like, what I did was I basically took out a whole chunk of this base. I took out like a whole corner of this base. That way my hogs can kind of work around, you know, with that whole top side of that base taken out. My hogs have a nice path around the bottom of the base, and that's what we're gonna do here. We got 4 heal spells to keep the hogs alive, and honestly, the 4 heal spells, if your kill squad does what it's supposed to and your hogs are doing all right, 4 heal spells is gonna be plenty. Our queen still got her ability. She gets deep into this base. Honestly, the queen just absolutely wrecks and gets huge value here. I did make a mistake of not saving a poison for the Larrys, but you know, we used that on the clan castle troops, so it's all right. Usually, you know, you either bring 1 freeze, 1 poison, or you're gonna bring 2 poisons. I brought the 1 freeze on this one just to freeze that Inferno so that my wrecker was fine. And like I said, that kind of just varies base to base, but we got huge value bringing that wrecker right through that side. The kill squad just absolutely wrecked, absolutely destroyed everything, and had a nice path for the hogs to go through the space and just clear it out really well. We got that swag heal spell. I like to save it just in case any giant bombs come off. You know, I'm counting giant bombs and seeing that not all the giant bombs went off. So that's, you know, we're saving the heal just in case, and then we'll just throw it down there for the swag. But Go Hobo, super powerful at Town Hall 9, super powerful at Town Hall 10. I'm really starting to love the strategy, really using it a lot, honestly. Like, this might be becoming my favorite, besides bowitch. I am a bowitch. Oh, I just love bowitch. This is becoming one of my favorite attacks here at Town Hall 10, and that's a sample army for you guys. If you guys, you know, need a sample army, you know, adjust the wizards up or down, bring more cleanup troops. And again, that freeze spell, I brought it to freeze that Inferno so that my wrecker could get through. You might want to bring a second poison to deal with those little Larrys, because if you get a lot of Larrys on your hogs, it'll be a problem, honestly. I've seen it happen where Larrys will take down a big pack of hogs, but I love the Valkyries and the wrecker. That way the Valks can come in and just take out some buildings. So let's go ahead and hop into the next attack, guys. All right, guys, so normally I would show you a bowitch attack, but my guys have been using healed bowitch. I'm still using just regular bowitch, but a couple of the guys have been using healed bowitch, and we got Dr. Food here, 10 bowlers, 10 witches, 4 healers, and it works out pretty well for him. Let's go ahead and check this attack out and just see how he's using these healed bowlers to get through here. It's actually going to be the 9 to 12 side here. So he's just going to throw in a good handful of bowlers and witches in each corner, 4 of each right there, with a couple of healers just to keep them alive, and they're just going to work down those sides. Meanwhile, up the center, he's just going to start working out that funnel with the other witches, with the bowlers, and just going to go right up into the center of the base. You'll see that the town hall is kind of catty-cornered over here, so he brings the wrecker in a way that it's going to go right through this base, and it works out pretty well for Dr. Food here. I like this one quite a bit. I personally don't use the healed bowitch as much, but I can see why he did it, especially over here where there's a lot of splash damage on that side. You know, your troops are going to go down when there's that much splash damage on one side. You definitely want to heal them up. Over here, might not needed the healers as much, but definitely over on that top side, the healed bowitch makes a ton of sense. So Wrecker's getting through there, freezes the Inferno. Again, a freeze on the Inferno so that, you know, your Wrecker doesn't get destroyed right away. That way your Wrecker can stay up and get huge value. You know, that's the whole point of the Wrecker. Get as much value getting through those walls as possible. So drops down the heal spell right there. Got more bowlers coming out of the clan castle, or out of the Wrecker rather, with that one giant. Got the king, queen still working through the center. Enemy king's gonna step up, but it's not gonna be that much of a problem. Got the jump spell, got a heal spell left over, and honestly, Dr. Food's just gonna wreck right through here with the healed bowitch. It does get a little bit crazy at the end. Things start to fizzle out, especially, you know, with that giant bomb going off. But I thought he executed pretty well in this one, guys. That's why I showed it off for you, because, you know, this attack's really powerful with or without the healers. Like I said, myself personally, I've been going a lot of non-healed bowitch, but on this base, it made a ton of sense up top, especially to have those healers in there to keep those troops alive. And it worked out down here at the bottom side also. I mean, those witches took quite a bit of damage, so, you know, keep those witches alive. You're going to have more success. Queen's ability goes off right there. That way she stays alive. You don't want your queen going down. Lost the witches up top, but no big deal. Queen's coming in, taking out that archer tower. Inferno is up still, but Queen's working on it while the Inferno is working on that healer. And just from there, guys, it's going to be easy peasy cleanup. I just got to let the healers get through, or the witches get through there. Queen will take out the wizard tower. It'll be a nice 3-star there from Dr. Food. Working through that base, getting the triple, being nice and patient on the attack. So there you guys have it. 3 Town Hall 10 triple strategies. We did end up winning this war 87 to 81, a nice clean war. So there you guys have it. A lot of people have been asking for Town Hall 10 strategies. There's 3 of them for you guys that are super effective. Honestly, I'm seeing a lot of my guys using these every single war. Frozen Witch is becoming super popular. I'm using Go Hobo. A few other guys, I know Cochino uses Go Hobo. And then the Bow Witch, whether healed or not, is super popular. So there you guys have it. Hopefully this is going to help you out with some war strategies, help you get better as far as a Town Hall 10 attacker. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.